Hello Internet, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be tackling Reason Compact again, but this time I have a little bit more of a plan as far as what I want to do. Well, I have half a plan, so it's more than last time. As you can see, I have a different setup now, and I'm maybe doing this a little bit more often, but who knows, we'll see. I'm gonna kind of do what I did last time, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth as far as what I'm doing, and my process. And the features, of course, because this thing is it's pretty cool with what you can do as far as creating loops and creating ideas. So first, let's kind of look into the settings. So here's where you can set your tempo. You can even set your metronome, the loop length, and your scale that you're going to be working in. I'll show you why that is in a bit. So we're going to start off with the drums using the Drum Machine Rhythmic, which is something that's available in the full version of Reason. And here you can see that it has all of the sounds to get you started with your track. And also you can see here that on the bottom you can choose which drum sound you want to go with. So let's say you want to do electro pop or something. You got that, you can do whatever you want. But for me, I'm going to go with the synthwave sound because that's going to be kind of what I want to go for. Granted, I say that I want to go for that, but that may not be what we get, but we'll see. So we can either record and play whatever we want on this track, or we can go with the sequencer that's right next to the play button, which is what I'm going to use. So let's go ahead and put down the 4-on-the-4 beat. We're at 110 BPM. And there's the snares. So this is what that's going to sound like. Let's go with a little hi-hat action. Something simple, nothing too crazy. Okay. Let's try something a little bit with the kick. Give it that retro feel to it. Let's see. There we go. So there we have our drum kit. Whoops. My bad. Okay, so you can either do that or it has some preset sounds. It has some preset rhythms, my bad. So you can see it has your trap, techno, hip hop, some just general templates that you can use if you want to, of course. So we're going to get out of this instrument and we're going to go into our bass, which is using monotone, which is a synth that is also available in Reason. You can basically do the same thing as far as changing your sounds. They have all the sounds available here. But we're going to use sync pop today because that's kind of what I want to go for, the sound at least. And see, it doesn't have a regular keyboard here. What it has is basically little tabs here that are already preset to the scale that you set. In the settings here, you see I have it in A minor. That's what we're going to be working with today. And for this one, to make sure that the rhythm is precise, I'm going to do it all on the sequencer. So let's get to it. Okay, also, want to just explain here. On the bottom here, you can choose how long you want the loop to go for as far as the bass or any section in particular. So for the bass, I'm going to go 4 bars. So let me explain something real quick right here. You can change the length of each loop for each instrument. So for this one, I'm at 4 bars because I want to make sure that the movement in the chord progression kind of goes for 4 bars. So we're going to start off with A right here. You can see that. That wasn't the rhythm I want to go for, so let's mess with that again. Let's see how that sounds. Let's try that. Let's see how that sounds. That sounds good. Okay. So I kind of want to do that rhythm. Actually, a cool little trick if you want to copy and paste it is you go off 1 bar and then you move it back to the 4 bars. It's going to copy that pattern on all 4 bars. But I'm just going to use that to sort of move all the notes where I want them to go. So let's get the 2nd bar moving to where I want it. You can either delete it and then add a new one or tap on it and move it. So I want it up there to F. So let's go ahead and move all that where it needs to go. Actually, maybe I should keep that one in the same place. So what I'm going to do is hit the undo button and leave that one there, but move the 3rd bar to F. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, so let's get the last movement to D. Okay, so let's add little, I call them movement notes because they're gonna move in between each chord progression, but I don't know what the actual name is. It's been a while since I've talked music theory. So we're just gonna call them movement notes for right now. So this is gonna be the transition between notes. So it's gonna have that movement of, okay, we're moving to the next note. So let's see what this one's going to be. I think this one should be C. This one's going to be E. And then the last one, I believe, is going to be C again. So let's see how that sounds. That sounds good. Okay, so we have our bass down. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Europa, which is going to be our lead. It works kind of the same way that monotone does. It's also available on Reason. So everything here, it can be transferable over to Reason. You can export it to Reason and then continue to work on it there. Here you can see it's set up the same way as monotone. Everything is scaled to A minor, but this one's different because you can activate automatic chords or an arpeggiator. See that? But you can also do chords. You see how it's, well, let me switch to one that does. Yeah, you see? It'll automatically play the chords in that scale. But I'm gonna go back to keep cool because I think that sound, oh, with the chord off, because I think this sound is gonna serve the song a lot better. So let's see, actually let's use the record function on this one. So what it's gonna do is you hit record, and as soon as you hit play, or as soon as you touch a button, it's going to record everything you're doing. So this was kind of nerve-wracking sometimes, but it works. It works. So I think what I want to do is okay. So this one's set to 1 bar, but I'm going to want this to go along with the bass. So I'm going to set it with 4 bars, but change the root note that it keeps going back to. Change it along with the bass note. So I'm going to change this one to F, and then this one to D. So let's go ahead and give that a listen. So we have an idea, and it came out a lot better than I thought it would. All right, so with this synth, you could, well, all the synths, you can actually mess around with the parameters such as the filter. And the waveform. And the reverb and delay as well. So that's pretty much it. And then when you go back here to the home screen, you can hear it all together, adjust the volumes, and even adjust the filters. You hear that? And do a small little performance. I do this and post it to Instagram like all the time when I come up with a new idea. And yeah, so this is something that I use regularly to create songs. I think in my last video, I talked about how I made 2 songs from my Hex Syndrome project, which is also on YouTube. Go subscribe. I used it on 2 songs, Spectre and Dancing Ghosts. I made it from scratch here and then transferred it over to Reason and made it and finished it up there. And I also made my song Deadbeat, which is on my newest EP, Catastrophic, streaming everywhere. I made Deadbeat starting here on this app and then continued it on the actual Reason software. I do plan on doing more videos. This is something that I love to do. Not just writing songs, but making content, just either here, Instagram, TikTok, I'm everywhere. You know what? Next time, let's make this into a full song. Screw it. Let's go. Let's do it. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see y'all next time.